Hey guys, welcome back to another JC Tennis video. Today we're going to go through the Cincinnati round 1 matches. I think these are going to be played over tomorrow and Wednesday. And yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. We got a lot of round 1 matches here. I think there's even some going on right now today, but we're not going to get into those. We're going to get into the ones starting on Tuesday, and then some of these I'm sure will be scheduled for Wednesday. So, top match here we got Davidovich Fokina V Tiafoe. Both these guys are playing really well right now. Tiafoe in Washington was playing good. Davidovich has had some good wins. I'm not going to pick a side in every match. I'm just going to pick my favorite ones. I've already looked through this. I have 3 or 4 favorites. This is one I'm going to pass on. I think this match will tell a lot, and they're both playing pretty well right now. Tabilo Darderi, I'd pass on too. Here's one that I do have a pretty big lean, Shelton Opelka. I don't think Opelka is going to win a set. I mean, they play a pretty similar style of tennis. One guy's just a lot sharper, a lot match ready, a lot more fit. And Shelton's ceiling is already higher than Opelka's ever was. So I think even if it goes to 2 tiebreakers, Shelton's not going to lose the tiebreakers. He's too good. He's too good in the breakers and just too good of a player. I think it's Shelton in straights specifically there. He'll easily win the match too. Here's a very interesting one. This one is probably one that's catching a lot of people's attention. Monfils V Popyrin. Obviously, Popyrin's having the week of his life in Montreal at that Masters 1000. He is playing the final later today against Rublev. I'm guessing this match won't be played tomorrow. I don't think he'll be flying out there tomorrow to play again after playing a final today. Maybe he will. I have to think Popyrin's only not a big favorite because fatigue. But it's also Monfils on a hard court in the last couple years has been a very good player, like top 30 level. It's just on clay, which is what we've seen from him like the past few months. And I don't even think he played Wimbledon. His game's not suited for clay, so he hasn't had the results. But on hard, he's a good player, and he'll get some wins. But it's a hard one to pick a side on. Like, you want to say Popyrin just because of how good he's playing, and then obviously there's a 37-year-old Monfils on the other side of the net. This is one I wouldn't take though. I'd stick to the ones I'm really confident in. There's a reason they have this line where it is. I'm gonna pass on it. Rune Berrettini. That's a blockbuster, round 1. Rune, it's weird his level, man. He's just a top 20 player. That's what he is. And it's weird because of how good he was so quickly, but it's almost like he's following Dimitrov's career path a little bit. Just so good, so fast, and then he's kind of just like a top 20, top 30 player for a long time. It kind of feels like that's what he is. So Berrettini is the favorite here, minus 150. I think Matteo is better. I'm trying to think that big serve with Rune. Matteo has been winning a lot of matches, man. Even on clay and on hard, he should be better. Obviously, he's great on grass. I mean, that match against Sinner at Wimbledon was a great match. I like how they have set this line set. I like how he's the favorite. I think a lot of people will be on Rune's side here, and that's why I think Berrettini's the side. So, yeah, I like Berrettini as the favorite here. Struff and Tsitsipas, I'm going to pass on this one. Struff's a great player. Tsitsipas just bagged his dad as his coach, so yeah, Apostolos is no longer his coach, so maybe that's going to change things. I don't know if it'll be good or bad, but we just have to wait and see, I feel like, for that, so that's a pass. Leheshka and Navone. Navone can't play on hard court. Leheshka should win in straights. So that's one that I would probably take. This one's another interesting one. Thompson's a good player. He's, I think, top 30, top 35, wins a lot of matches. He's a pretty decent underdog to Ugo Humbert. I just think, I mean, Humbert is obviously great, but value-wise, you just go on the side of the value, take Thompson money line here, is what I would say. Musetti and Jari. Jari can't play on hard court. I think, and Musetti has reached a whole new level of, like, just as a player, just a whole new level. He's in a new stratosphere. He seems like a top 10 level player now, like a contender to win. I think he's a contender to win majors now. He's upped his game dramatically. I think he's a real big time player, at least at the moment. I guess it's weird. We saw him on grass at Wimbledon, and then clay at the Olympics. Now this is hard court, so that's the one thing that would make me stay off of this, because just going from surface to surface to surface, and it's the first match. We really, I guess, don't know what to expect in that regard. And it's 275 minus 275, so that's a hard one to like want to be on. But yeah, I'll pass there. This is one of my favorite ones. Garone is going to smoke Baez. Baez can't play on hard court. He got smoked at Wimbledon on grass. Garone's a consistently good player on the faster surfaces. Garone's going to beat Baez very easily. That's probably my favorite play of this entire slate. Purcell, Mahak. I think that's... it makes sense. Mahak's the favorite. I don't know how to say his name. I saw Purcell play in Washington. I saw him play Kokkinakis. He looked very good. He pushed Kokkinakis. It was a high-level match. But, I mean, Tomas should win the match, but I would pass on this one because it's just not very bettable, I feel like. Because that's the right side, but it's just like, you know. Carreno Busta, he's not played much tennis. High-level tennis, at least, in recent years. Lots of injuries. Korda played a lot of tennis the past couple weeks. Great results. He won Washington, semifinalist in Montreal. Just tons of matches he's played. I mean, he should win in straights. So that's probably like a minus 200 bet. Just Korda in straights, but I'd take that one. Fritz Nakashima. Fritz hasn't been playing great. He lost to Korda. And then Olympics, I guess, he won a match or two. Then he lost, I think, in the round of 16. I forget to who. Nakashima is a solid player. I feel like this line is just perfectly set, and I wouldn't want to go either way on it. Echeverry, Arnaldi. This is another one of my favorites. I saw this one, circled this one. Arnaldi should totally win this one. I'm fading all the clay quarters in these like first few matches on the hard court because I don't know if the books are adjusting that quick to the fact that Echeverry just can't play on hard. And Arnaldi just had a great result this week. He's made the semifinals in Montreal, so he's obviously in good form. Arnaldi is a little bit of like a roller coaster, I feel like, week to week. But I think it's now starting to get more consistent, and winning this match would prove that, and then winning a couple more there in Cincinnati. So yeah, I got Arnaldi there. Zhang and Perricard. I would take Zhang. I'm not overly confident in it. I know Perricard has the best serve on tour, arguably, but it's not really equated to like anything incredible yet. No real incredible results. He's won. I guess at Wimbledon it worked because it should work at Wimbledon. He made the fourth round there. I mean, that's his peak is at Wimbledon and on grass with how he plays. I think Zhang is just a really solid player that's going to make returns and make him hit a lot of balls. And it's eventually, I think he'll get the breaks and he'll just be winning a lot more points on return than Perricard. And I think he'll get the win. I think he's undervalued because he hasn't really been playing that much, Zhang. So yeah, I think Zhang's the right side there. So yeah, let me just go back over my favorites really quickly. Shelton and straights / money line, whichever one you'd want to do there. I like that one. Staying off this one, even though it's probably a lot of people are taking Popyrin there, but I'm going to stay off that one. I like Berrettini against Holger Rune. Thompson, Humbert. I think if you're going to take a side on this one, take Thompson, but it's not one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. Garone, minus 163 over Baez. And then Arnaldi, minus 125. Then ZZZ, as Andy Roddick calls him, Triple Z over Perricard, minus 110. So those are like 4 or 5 plays for round one. These are going to be played over the next 2 days, I think. And yeah, I think these are some good plays, good lines before we know, or like good bets on these lines before we know kind of who's coming to play on these hard courts and who's kind of no longer in form and they're overvalued from the clay. So it's a good opportunity here early in this hard court season. And yeah, I think that's all I have today. And I'll see you guys next time for more predictions.